Hi
Disclaimer: This is
everyone,
not legal
welcome back
advice
to
but
Lawyer
education.
Tina's channel.
Consult your
Today we
own
are going to
lawyer
talk
for
about
advice.
a case in the High Court of Ghana. And in that case, a man, an ordinary man called Kwesi Asante, challenged or resisted an unlawful arrest by the police, and the court agreed with him when he went to the High Court. So we will learn a lot of things from this particular case as to what's unlawful arrest and how should the police effect arrest on a person, and what caution should you take as a person so that you will not suffer any form of unlawful arrest or you will not resist what is lawful arrest. So that is basically what we are going to learn from the case of Kwesi Asante versus the Republic, or Asante and the Republic. So this case happened around Brekum. True, real life story, and I'm serious about it. It happened around Brekum. Now, this police officer comes to Kwesi Asante, who is actually a taxi driver, in his car. The police officer says that, Asante, my boss says that I should bring you to the police station. When the police officer was coming, he came with a lady and then the lady's uncle. My boss said I should bring you to the police station. Kwesi Asante says, go and tell your boss that I will come. The policeman says that I'm insisting, I'm taking you away with me. Kwesi Asante says, I won't agree. Now, the policeman takes the car key of Asante. Asante struggled with him, dragged him on the floor, beat him up. So now the police officer reported the case to his boss, and Kwesi Asante was actually detained and arrested. And he was charged with the offense of assaulting a police officer in the course of his duties and causing damage to property. The property is the trouser of the police officer, which he tore. Kwesi Asante dragged him on the floor, so he got that torn, and so he had to be charged for that. Now it goes to court. It goes to the district court at Brekum first. There are two courts involved here. The first, the district court at Brekum. The second is a high court at Sunyani. So you're talking about the district court in Brekum now. Now it goes to the district court in Brekum. The district court's judge realized that it's true. The police officer actually took the car key of Asante. The district court judge still insists that Asante was wrong in dragging the police on the floor and beating him up, and convicted him and fined him. And if he fails to pay the fine, the district court judge says that Asante will face imprisonment. Now hear me out. Asante says, I'm not happy with this judgment by the district court, and so I'm going to the high court on appeal, which is allowed. He goes on appeal and he tells the judge that, no, what the district court judge did in Brekum is wrong, because what the police officer was doing was wrong. It was unlawful arrest, and I was resisting that unlawful arrest, and I have every right to resist such an unlawful arrest. And then he made other argument as well. Now, the High Court judge said that, you know what is a lawful arrest? Well, the High Court judge had this to say. The High Court judge said that if you have to arrest someone in a lawful way, the first thing you have to do is to say that I am arresting you because of this and this and this and that. That is in the Constitution. Tell the person immediately or as soon as possible what is the reason for arresting him. Unless you caught the person in the act. So it means that if you are caught killing someone or slapping someone or beating someone, you know exactly what you are doing already. So nobody has to tell you that we are arresting you because of this and this and that. But a police officer who is arresting somebody has to immediately tell the person what the person has done wrong in a language that they will understand. And if there is nobody there to interpret to them, please get someone as soon as possible, as soon as practicable, to explain to them in the language that they understand that this and this and that is what you have done wrong. The court said that when the police officer said, my boss said I should bring you, that was not an arrest Asante was not told in any way that they are arresting him for anything at all. Now, Asante, because it was an invitation to him, Asante had the choice to say, I will go with you, I will not go with you. And so Asante was right in saying that I will not go. If the policeman had said that I am arresting you for this and this and that, that would have been a different matter. Now, immediately a policeman tells you that I'm arresting you for this and that. That is an arrest. That is a lawful arrest. You don't have to resist it. If you resist it, the policeman has every right to use reasonable force to make sure he secures your arrest. And so the policeman has a choice to say, even at the very beginning, I'm arresting you. These are your handcuffs. Let me handcuff you. If you submit yourself, the policeman can decide that, okay, I will not handcuff you. But then, if you resist the arrests and then you are doing, I will not go, I will not go, immediately the policeman has told you that I'm arresting you for this, that, and that. That is a lawful arrest. And any resistance from you will invite some form of force, which is reasonable from the police. Now, remember that police people are trained, so they're supposed to know what is reasonable force, right? But then at the point that the police officer is actually arresting you and you are resisting, that police officer, whether it's one or two, will determine in their mind and per their training what is reasonable force that they should use against you. This is where I give you a caution. Please, do not resist because you don't know what is reasonable in somebody's mind until it comes before a judge or a disciplinary committee for them to determine whether a particular force that was used on you was reasonable or not. The policeman, in their own mind and in their own sense, may be using some what they think is, in quotes, reasonable force, but they may be using an unreasonable force. But until we go and decide that he may have hurt you or harmed you in a particular way. So if a policeman says that I'm arresting you for this, that, and that, please, the best advice that I'll give you is submit yourself. Go to the police station. If you can call your lawyer, please call your lawyer. If there's anything that you want to say, your lawyer will advise you, then you say it. Within a maximum of 48 hours, even if they don't grant you bail, they will take you to the court for you to request for bail from the court. So please don't resist. I've seen a number of cases where you would resist and the police will use their force, which may look unreasonable, but until the court decides or until the disciplinary committee sits on the matter, they may have harmed you. Remember that if you're a police officer and you arrest someone and you tell the person that I'm arresting you for stealing, when you know very well that what you're arresting them for is not stealing but killing, that is something wrong you have done, and it does not amount to lawful arrest. Lawful arrest should tell the suspect exactly why they are being arrested for, not in exact words as it is in the Criminal Offences Act, but then you should say it in simpler or clearer words or in any other way that they can understand you. But don't lie to them, because if you lie to them, there's a case that says that any lie you say to them, it means that you're executing an unlawful arrest. The police officer is also supposed to treat you with all dignity. They're not supposed to abuse you. They're not supposed to torture you. They are supposed to give you reasonable access so that you can contact your lawyer or your family members who can get a lawyer for you. If you are arresting the person with a warrant, the law gives you the obligation to tell the person that I have a warrant from this court or wherever to arrest you. If the suspect asks you that let me see the warrant, please, the law says that you have a duty to let him see the warrant. Yes, show it to the suspect. Remember, the police have wide powers of arrest. They have wide powers to arrest so many people. I mean, if they are suspicious that you're about to commit a crime, if they see you holding something which looks like something that you can use to commit a crime, and they ask you and they don't get any explanation from you, they can arrest you. If they see you committing a crime, actually, they can also arrest you. If you're actually running from lawful custody, maybe police or prison, they can arrest you without a warrant. And all of this that I have said, they can arrest you without warrants in all of these circumstances and more. If you are obstructing a police officer from performing his duties, his lawful duties, a police officer can also arrest you without a warrant. And if the police officer suspects that you have anything with you that looks like something that is stolen, a stolen item, the police officer has every right to arrest you without a warrant. If he has reasonable suspicion that you have committed an offense, you're about to commit an offense, suspicion, it's not like it should be real, it's a reasonable suspicion. And so please, if a police officer actually tells you that I'm arresting you, he can justify the grounds of arrest in so many ways. So you resisting at the moment will look like, oh, that may even increase the suspicion. And so please, I beg you, don't be resistant when the person says, I have arrested you for this and that. If you have any resistance to do, make sure they take you to the appropriate place before you say, I have done nothing wrong, if you have to say that. But don't resist it, especially when it is one-man police officer or two-men police officers, one of them with a gun. You don't know how they may handle you. So please, be cautious. Give them the power to do their job. Let them take you to the police station. The law says that they are supposed to arrest you, search you, and see if there's anything on you. And if there's anything that they think that they have to seize, they should seize. They take you to the police station and immediately take you to the police station immediately. And then you know that at least you are in the hands of many others. Then you can ask for your lawyer or your family members and all of that. But please don't resist it when you know very well that they are minded or they are likely to abuse the force that they may use against you. So that is it. So what happens to the Asante case? Asante eventually got victory in the High Court. The High Court judge agreed with him that yes, what he did was actually resisting an unlawful arrest because the police officer shouldn't have insisted that he wants to go with him by all means. Remember that there were a lot of inconsistencies in the stories of the police and then the suspect Asante. But then the courts actually believed the case of Asante because the facts were actually lining up in favor of Asante and not the police officer's narration of the things that happened. And so if there are witnesses there, please make sure you have your witnesses to help you to say your case so that the police will not go and say something else. It means that if there are no witnesses, it's likely that it's between you and the police officer and maybe difficult for you to prove your case. But hey, just do what is right. Don't resist a lawful arrest. Get to the police station and respond appropriately by inviting your lawyer or saying you did not do whatever they are suspecting you to have done. And then they would have done your job, you'd have responded, and then that would be it. I just want us to learn the law so that we do not get into trouble or cause trouble for other people. So if you're a law enforcement officer or you're a lay person or ordinary person, let us all learn the law. Share with your friends, let them learn as well so that they can also take care of themselves. Thank you for joining and hi, subscribe, share. Let me know what your comments are. I will address them accordingly. Until we meet again, please take care of yourself and have a good time. Bye.